Welcome to Ecom Cowboy. This is DTC's daily show brought to you by Seguno and Postscript and AMP. And it is a beautiful Thursday, February 5th, 2026. We talk about one thing and one thing only here, and that's what's now and next in e-commerce. So founders and marketers and operators like you can survive and thrive. We're coming to you live from an undisclosed location in Austin, Texas. And I'm heating it up in here because it's too cold out there. We've got a jam-packed show for you today. Anthropic is going to advertising war against OpenAI. Sam Altman has responded, but it was a little too long, and I think it shows that he's concerned. We're going to dive into it. Goodwill just keeps on winning. 400 million plus online last year in 2025. They're going to open 100 new stores. I think the D2C community needs to pay attention. There's opportunity on the value side of the spectrum. Bart from Dad Gang is going to be here. We're going to talk with him about scaling a brand from his garage into 8 figures and doing so with just him and his founders. There's a lot going down on the internet today. Luka Doncic also is revealing a collaboration with Shopify for some direct to fan experience. As always, I'm joined by my partner in crime, Colin Doherty. Colin, get in here. Get in here, sir.
Let's go.
Yes.
Let's go.
I have taken my pre-workout of Audi and exceptional caffeine, and I am ready to dive into this with you.
Let's go. I'm coasting off vibes.
Okay, great. You do the vibes. I'll do the adrenaline. Anthropic released ads that are incredible. I have loved every single one of them. This is one of them here. They released 4 yesterday. I think that we should open and listen to this. Carson, can you replay this and then we can listen to it as we talk here? Because I think everybody needs to hear this one. Can you replay this?
How do I communicate better with my mom?
Great question. Improved communication with your mom can bring you closer. Here are some techniques you can try. Start by listening. Really hear what she's trying to say underneath her words. Build conversation from points of agreement. Find a connection through shared activity, perhaps a nature walk. Or if the relationship can't be fixed, find emotional connection with other older women on Golden Encounters, the mature dating site that connects sensitive cubs with roaring cougars. Would you like me to create your profile?
Oh, a masterpiece. A masterpiece. Obviously, you can stop it here, Carson. Obviously, their take here is that, hey, ads are coming to ChatGPT. They don't name OpenAI specifically, but it is a masterclass in showing what a disaster, what a dumpster fire this could be if not handled correctly. And then their take, like we talked about yesterday, no ads are coming to Claude. I'm not sure if that's ultimately the smart thing for them. I think actually it turns out they can't run ads, but effectively, masterfully executed, I would say. What was your take when you saw these?
Absolutely love these. They ran multiple as well, not just the one. But I believe that these are going to be also their Super Bowl commercials. So we got a little teaser confirmation that these are going to be the ads they're running in the Super Bowl this Sunday, which is going to be viewed by so many millions. These are really, really awesome. They're super funny too. It's really well-crafted humor. There's another one too where a guy's like, I want a 6-pack, blah, blah. Let's talk about your 6-pack. And by the way, do you want shoe inserts as well? Like we can make you taller. And there's the deadpan delivery from the AI is so good. And these are just really, really well made. Really well made. Kudos to the team.
It's the deadpan, the slow to respond, and
Perfect.
it's the deadness in the eyes. I mean,
Perfect.
you look in the eyes of that woman as she's
Yeah.
talking. You're asking a question about your mother,
Yeah.
and just dead in the eyes.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked like a horror film.
Yeah.
And then she starts pitching you connect with other older women, you know, cougars who want to connect with
Oh.
sensitive cubs. You know?
Oh my
It's
gosh.
like, oh my gosh. You can tell, like, it's so effectively done. It's
Yeah.
so effectively done.
Absolutely.
Question for me. I mean, obviously everyone knows this was about chat. This was about
Sure.
OpenAI. The muscle workout one was a like direct spoof of a commercial that everybody's seen
Yeah.
from Chat GPT. I don't know. I don't know that Sam's response to these was the right one.
Right.
Sam went on a tirade. Why don't you pick this one up first, Carson? And I think that we should read through this. Okay. Number one, it is a novel. Okay. He has written a novel for us. Okay.
It's such a novel.
It's so long. It's so long. That to me, from the first outset, is
Yeah.
I'm worried, is what this
Yeah.
says. You know,
Yeah.
he writes here first, the good part of the Anthropic ads, they are funny, and I laughed. Okay, maybe if he would have just retweeted this and added a crying emoji, probably would have been more effective
I would have crushed.
than what he's putting forth here. But then he goes on to write this novel. But I wonder why Anthropic would go for something so clearly dishonest. Our most important principle for ads say that we won't do exactly this. We would obviously never run ads in the way Anthropic depicts them. We are not stupid, and we know our users would reject that. I guess it's on brand for Anthropic doublespeak to use a deceptive ad to critique theoretical deceptive ads that aren't real, but a Super Bowl ad is not where I would expect it. I mean, he is waxing forth here.
Really bad.
And as he does this, in my mind, this is like a PR disaster. It's like, brother, you're losing. Don't say this. Don't go into this kind of detail. I mean, do you think the same?
Yeah. Plus, he also wants to throw the little quip in there that more Texans use ChatGPT for free than Claude as well. Like, it just seems like he was a little hurt by this personally, and he took this jab personally, where this is not the way to respond to any of this. I don't know why he responded in this way. And I think he kind of wishes that he would have thought of this for Super Bowl ads for ChatGPT. I imagine they're going to have one. I don't know what it's going to be, but like, I think he's probably like, oh, that was a really good idea.
I mean, it was a good idea. It was a good idea.
Yeah.
His point here about where he's kind of big dogging them. I mean, it is a real point. We looked at the graph yesterday. It is a real point. He writes it here. More importantly, we believe everyone deserves to use AI and are committed to free access because we believe access creates agency. More Texans, shout out to Texas, use ChatGPT for free than total people use Claude in the US. So we have a differently shaped problem than they do. If you want to pay for ChatGPT Plus or Pro, we don't show you ads. Okay, this is like this could have been like a good big dog move. Like if he would have just said, laugh out loud, we have more users using the free tier than Claude does in the entire United States. Like that, even that could have worked, I think. Just like a little, come off nonchalant, LOL, and then like throw in the big dog quip fact here. But it's the way that it's couched,
Yeah. One of my former bosses, he said something to me, and he's been on the show, and he said, you can always punch up, but you should never be seen punching down. It just doesn't look good ever. And it's fine if you punch up. You're the little guy, you're David taking on Goliath. You look great. You can punch up all you want. And, sometimes Goliath will come around and punch you in the face, but you shouldn't be seen punching down and taking out the little guy, because the perspective of that is so bad. And that's exactly what he did here with the framing of the Texans and all this stuff. Like, he didn't have to say any of this. Like, his exact reaction, what you were just talking about, He could have just done the laughing emoji and been like, this is funny, haha. But he didn't. He decided to punch down and basically frame himself as the big dog punching down.
This is okay. This is a good point. This is a good point. So it's fine. You punch up, everybody laughs,
Yeah.
but you punch down, that's a no. Nobody likes you. Nobody likes you if you are Goliath and you are squishing the little guy.
Yeah.
I also think this free tier kind of like we want AI for everybody. I mean, he could have framed it, Anthropic. I think most of the Anthropic's business is enterprise. I mean, it's living up here with giant companies. I mean, he could have taken this tact and said, hey, we're doing different things here. We want AI to be available for everyone. We have the little guy in mind. Look how many people are on our free tier. We want this for more people. That's why we're doing ads. We have to have it sustainable, but we want this to be available for everyone. Claude and Anthropic, they're just serving all of these people that live in this world you could never imagine. I mean, he could have gone with that frame and, done something interesting there, but I still think the execution here, you get into too much explaining, you've already defeated yourself. I mean, do you think there could have been something to that angle?
Yeah, he should have put his response into a ChatGPT PR analysis and said, hey, how does this look for me? And then use that back and been like, hey, man, just to let you know, this does not look good for you. You shouldn't do this. Here's how I'd reframe this.
Okay,
so
you've worked inside of many software companies. Do you think a message like this runs through PR, or is this just like Sam? He's just doing his thing, and
this is Sam.
This is just him doing his thing. You don't think this ran through anybody?
This didn't run through anybody, and I bet you PR is like with their heads down, just like so furious that they didn't run it through him, because they could have crafted something really well. And there's a lot of really smart people on that team. And it's kind of like the Elon Musk problem, where like Elon Musk will tweet all the time. And you're like, hey man, we really wish you did not announce that. Like, we're not ready for that for like 3 weeks. And he's like, haha, just sent. Ha 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 ha. And you're like, hey, can somebody like handle this guy a little bit? And you're like, nobody can handle him. Nobody can do the PR. Like, it's a very hard job.
This should have gone through somebody else. And I wonder, Sam is going to appear live on TBPN today. I wonder if appearing live on TBPN is like a PR kind of, hey, let's step in and kind of save this situation here, because this response did not hit like you thought it would, Mr. Altman.
This is a multi-billion-dollar company, dude. You can't just like poke fun on a there's a lot of levels to this, man. There's multiple hundreds of people where their job is affected by you deciding if you're going to be a jerk on Twitter or not. Like, you need to think through these things and actually remove the emotions out of this and not do this stuff, dude. It's crazy.
This to me looks like too much thinking. This is like overthinking, Let
me explain all the reasons why we're better.
I think part of the element, Elon, he's obviously divisive. Either you love him or you hate him, and many of the best leaders, founders, etc., they're the same kind of person. You love them or you hate them. They make you choose a side, essentially, because of their, the way they think, the way they act, the way they talk, etc. Part of what people love about Elon is that he'll do this where it's like LOL, crying emoji. It's short, it's to the point, and you can tell it came from this guy. He didn't spend his afternoon like crafting this blog as a response. I think for Sam here, it's like too much thinking. What would have been a lot better is just some kind of half of a sentence quip, a few emojis, we're doing different things, but this is hilarious, something like this. This is too much thinking, I think.
100%. Yeah, 100% agree.
Let's read a little bit more of this, just because, I mean, this got 8.3 million views yesterday.
That's crazy.
Let's read a little bit more of this. We are committed to a broad democratic decision making in addition to access, democratic decision making in addition to access. We are also committed to building the most reliant ecosystem for advanced AI. We care a great deal about safe, broadly beneficial AGI. We know the only way to get there is to work with the world to prepare. One authoritarian company won't get us there on their own. He's obviously taking shots here at Anthropic. And how anyone can now build anything. We are enjoying watching so many people switch to Codex. Okay, here's another little shot at Anthropic, I would imagine. There have now been 500,000 app downloads since launch on Monday, and we think builders are really going to love what's coming in the next few weeks. I believe Codex is going to win. We will continue to work hard to make even more intelligence available for lower and lower prices to our users. This time belongs to the builders, not the people who want to control them. Okay, I'm not sure this one really works. It doesn't work for me. Anthropic is the bad guy because they want to control. We're democratic. It just doesn't really hit for me. I think something that gets lost in these kind of potential PR problems, issues, is that sometimes, I know I've said this many times on the show, but I want to reiterate it here again. Sometimes the best response is no response at all. Or, even an LOL crying emoji would have been better, but no response at all. And then let it pass 24 hours, 48 hours. Nobody's even going to remember it. I think we live in such a fast moving era of content and information. We're all going to spend 45 minutes plus on TikTok tonight and numb our brains and forget about anything that happened during the day. Sometimes, and I know this really applies to founders who get a few nasty comments on social media or a few nasty reviews on their website, and they think, oh, there's such a problem, there's such an issue, and I've got to respond. I've got to make this big statement. No, actually, you don't. You don't. Even something on this level, my take is that if he would have just said nothing and let Claude do their thing, okay, let them do their thing. Let them run their Super Bowl ads. Okay, they're going to drown, $40 million, whatever, in Super Bowl ads. People are going to talk about this for about 48 hours. And then they're going to move on. And it'll be okay. I think if he had just said nothing, it would have been better than what he did here.
Absolutely. Yeah, and they just proved to everyone at Claude that you can successfully rage bait Sam for 8 million views, basically super easily.
That's a great point.
And the entire antithesis of their commercial is super dead-eyed kind of AI response. The irony of that is his response is a super dead-eyed AI response. He could have just had a human response. He could have just made a video about or something funny. But you are proving their point to the fact that you are not human whatsoever in your relation to the company. You have to make it more human.
That's a good point. That's a good point. It is kind of a dead-eyed, response here. Well, we're going to keep talking about it. We had a number of reactions to this, but before we do, let's talk about Seguno, one of our trusted partners here. We love them. The reason that we love them, Seguno is the only marketing suite built entirely inside of Shopify. What's that mean? It means your emails, your reviews, your banners, all of the things, your pop-ups, it's all right there inside of Shopify. Why is that important? It means you don't have to worry about duct taping some integration together and hoping that your data is actually true. Your Shopify data is the data. This is email 3.0. And this is why they got Shopify's Build App of the Year in 2024. People just like me, when I was scaling Bruce Bolt, if you are a lean team with big dreams, big aspirations, if you don't have a full-time email marketing manager on your squad, Seguno was built for you. One-click automations, actual humans who will help you in real time. They're not going to send you to a partner. They actually even just help their people with Shopify because they've been living and working inside of Shopify so much and for so long. They have a free trial for 10 days. If you tell them Chris and Colin sent you, they'll extend that free trial for 30 days. you should go to Seguno. Chris is going to come on the show and tell us more. This guy has email 1.0 experience inside of e-commerce. Go to seguno.com, test drive it for free. Save yourself a few dollars in 2026. Okay, moving forward here. Nikita Bier, who has a fancy title at X now. He's had multiple apps bought by Meta, and now he has a fancy title at X. I don't know what he does, but he had this to say specifically about Sam's response. Com's advice: never respond to playful humor with an essay. Just say, dang, they cooked us, or make a joke about them. I totally agree. The essay, the fact that it is an essay, regardless of what it says, it means I lost.
Yeah, 100%.
Let's move forward to Josh Moore here. I thought this was incredibly apropos. This is the old Mac versus PC ad that was so popular. And he's saying that now this is OpenAI versus Anthropic. And the hilarious thing, bro, is that this actually fits PC versus Mac distribution as well. You know, Sam made the point. We're serving so many more people. Okay, well, that's what Microsoft was doing and has been doing for years. Who's the Mac for? The Mac is for the artists. It's for the people who think different. It's for the creators. It's for the founders. You know, it's for like these people who are other. They're not like everyone else. Okay, well, that's kind of matches Claude's distribution right now too. ChatGPT is like running away with the amount of people they're reaching. But and I think Anthropic is wisely positioning themselves in a similar Mac-esque versus PC play here. I think this is incredibly insightful. You think there's something to this one?
They should run this frame template as an ad again. Just steal this and then repopulate it as for Anthropic and just do an updated version. Find a not cool person and just do it. Like, this would crush. People would also love the nostalgia of this.
Yes. I totally want to see them do this and align themselves with, hey, we're builders. You know, we're for the builders. We're for the people who are inside of Claude Code Chat. That's for everybody else. That's for, you know, that's for the masses. We're for the ones who are really doing something, changing the age and all of that. Why not just repeat this Mac advertising? I think that's really smart. Okay, Oren, one of our beloved Cut 30 brethren here, he had this to say: the marketers hate the nonsensical logic of the Claude ad. The civilians love it. Lesson there. Okay, what do you think he means here when he says the marketers hate the nonsensical logic of the Claude ad? What do you think he means?
Probably just it doesn't have all the performance metrics. It's not going to back into it's selling something, blah, 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 blah. It's just not, it's just vibes is basically what is happening with Claude. It's just vibes. It's good vibes. It's good human vibes. And you can't really quantify that and try to like run that up a boardroom where marketers would love that. It's like, we can back into the data. I can tell you XYZ, this is exactly what we're selling in this ad. This is the hook that we're using. This is the talk track we're using. This is the discount we're using. That type of thing where it's not templated, where Claude is just vibes. It's just like, hey, we're cooler. We're not going to do ads. We're cool.
I think this is a good point. I don't think I was thinking through that frame, but that's a great point. There's no CTA, you know, there's no like, hey, we're pushing you to a different tier. If you take advantage of this offer, you know, go directly to this website, use this code, scan this QR code. I wasn't thinking through that way. I wondered if he thought if his statement here was more in the vein of like, hey, we are for advertising, which is the same thing that we were talking about yesterday. Actually, we are for ads. Okay. You know, I think about 10% of the world or so is their employment is somehow tied to advertising. I am for more ads. Okay. So I am for that. I mean, I want all of us, especially in the ecom community, to be able to take advantage of any way and place that we can. If we can find a little arbitrage, then I'm totally in for it. So I didn't really love this position for Claude in that regard. I wondered if that's what Oren was getting at. But I do. I'd very much, and maybe this is good for me and you perhaps. I'm a civilian in the sense that I love the ad. It's so well done. It's a masterclass in positioning. And with Sam's unfortunate response, I think Anthropic most definitely has the upper hand. Now, some people, Colin, were taking this in a different direction, in a similar direction as Sam, actually. Jacob Posel, who used to work with CTC, I believe he now works with Shireen at Growth Capital, although I cannot confirm. Okay, we haven't gotten the official announcement, but it seems that way. He had this to say: Anthropic's anti-ad campaign is so dishonest. That's what Sam had to say too. He explains himself a little more in a comment lower here. Let's go to this next one, Carson. He says they're not running ads because they can't. Now, were you aware of this? Is there something about Anthropic's enterprise business that disallows them from running ads? Is it them working with the government in some kind of way? What do you have any info on this?
I don't have any info, but you could easily run ads basically on any product. You can just do a pop-up ad, or you can do a simple like injection ad for inside of the chat after so many prompts back and forth. So I don't think they physically can't run the ads. Please somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like that's just factually not true.
I mean, I would agree with you on that. That surely they're big brains over there. There is an ability to somehow run an ad. But it seems like there's something about their business model that Jacob is referencing here. I don't know. I would say, Jacob, why don't you come tell us about it? Or maybe I'll query Claude on it later on and say, why can Anthropic not run ads? Maybe Claude will have a good answer on it. Yeah, I love the ads. I can't wait to see them in the Super Bowl. I think they should do more. I think Mac, PC, they should definitely go down that route. Do you think that OpenAI will be able to spin something up this? I just don't see how they can spin something up as effective, especially because they're kind of the big dog. I don't see them being able to go down the same route. This is like, well, for the Super Bowl or, hereafter. I mean, how do they create something that's as compelling? I'm not sure.
They'll figure something out for sure. I mean, there's some smart folks over there. I don't think they can do anything for the Super Bowl because you have to basically like submit it, and then it's got to go through like I think weeks of approvals, and then they got to be like, yeah, this works. You got to chop this up, blah blah blah. So they can't. It would be sweet if they could turn around super quick and do a jab Sunday. I don't think they physically could. They'll come up with something funny. I mean, they have enough money. They should come up with something funny. They should just hire comedians. Like, what are we talking about here?
Surely there's a way. There's a way. I don't have a beat on it right now, though, especially not after this essay response from Mr. Altman. But it'll be interesting to see what he has to say on TVPN. I shall check that out later on. Moving forward to our next stories, but before we get there, let's talk about AMP. If you are scaling your business in 2026, I know that you want to. If you want to do that with confidence and make it easy on yourself, you need to know your numbers. The beautiful thing about AMP is that they allow you with their tool Lifetimely in one visually pleasing dashboard, space and place to know what's my CAC, what is my LTV, what's going on with this cohort after they have bought said product. All of those answers can be easily known and found out, not just by you, but by your entire team with AMP's platform. They are built to find profitable dollars inside of your business. And you know the problem. Everybody's got their own spreadsheets. They're tracking different metrics. You have a question, it's scattered hither and thither. The wonderful thing is that board level reporting, having your finger on the pulse, what's going on inside your business. AMP makes it easy for you. And with their other tools like upsell, back in stock, etc., you can find more dollars for your business and grow that LTV. We're actually going to have Patrick, CEO of AMP, on the show tomorrow. They've got some incredible things coming that I see as the primary way for us to use AI inside of e-commerce to actually profit ourselves and not just have cool AI-driven EAs. Go to useamp.com, test drive that platform, scale with confidence in 2026. Many thanks to our partners at AMP. Colin, let me just ask you before we look at this story. This was tweeted by Schwinnebago, Ashwin, a brand father, who he's got brands in and of himself. His agency actually created the branding for Zoran, who is now the mayor of New York City. I mean, they are doing big things. He had this to say about MBAs. Essentially, what he's saying is that MBA type struggle in ecom. I'll read it for everybody who's just listening right now. I think one reason MBA type struggle in ecom and consumer is the early winners look relatively low status. El Stupido. He didn't say El Stupido. Look at brands like Hollow, Primal Queen, Grunes, True Classic, etc. No 250K brand book. No aesthetically optimized site or brand. Often cheap looking and unserious. Creator partners and TikTok shop affiliates that aren't well known. Face-to-camera founder ads that they aren't willing to make. Near impossible to do when all your friends are working at prestigious shops or companies. I thought he had a good point here. What do you think of this?
I love it. I love it. As a guy who barely got into any colleges, I absolutely love this take so much. And it's so true because you have the MBA guy that came from Goldman or private equity or IB, and he's coming into ecom and he's like, what the heck is this? Like, can I make a PowerPoint for this? Can we go through and talk through this and with a bunch of meetings? And at the end of the day, in ecom, it's just raw execution. It's raw execution. It's throwing a bunch of stuff at the wall. It's being willing to look dumb and just saying, hey, like, we're going to test this for a week and we might lose some money. We might make a lot of money and just keeping taking shots on goal. But yeah, I love this so much.
I think there's something to this. It's kind of F around and find out energy.
You have to.
It's more in the vein of early salesman who's starting his career and knows that I am going to risk my face in every interaction that I will have throughout this day. I'm going to make 80 plus cold calls. I'm going to have 2 very cold initial meetings with people that are already scheduled. And I'm going to go mass blast on email. I'm going to Twitter DM. I am going to risk my face for the reward. And that takes real energy, and it takes being willing to do so, being willing to look stupid. And I think Ashwin makes a good point here. If you have already succeeded in life and your circle is quite high on the achievement status, on the social status, in terms of socioeconomics, it makes it a little more scarier. What are you doing now? You left that prestigious job you had to do what? What widget are you making? Now you're going to get on and look stupid yourself on social media. There's a lot of these kind of elements that stand in people's way. It's kind of like that classic meme where there's like, opportunity over here and here you are over there, and what bridges the middle? It's like cringe, being willing to be cringe and get on camera. It is the cringiness that allows you to go forward and enrich yourself in opportunities like this. I really do think there's something to this. There was a lot of other people who came in to comment on this. Let's move forward and see what Dave Stickland, who has been on the show, co-founder of Popsmith, he said, you can just say this faster by saying, and I say this as an MBA, you're not as biased to action and getting dirty. You're trained to set up flows to get a result. You aren't trained to F around and find out sloppily for a while. Very, very aptly said, Dave. How about Kevin Espiritu, founder of, what is Kevin's? Kevin's got this huge plant business that I
Plant
cannot
Daddy.
remember. Yeah, Plant Daddy. Okay. Is
It's
that what it's called? Is it
Yeah.
called Plant Daddy?
Yeah, it's in
I
his
thought it was
name.
called something else. Anyway,
Oh,
Kevin is the plant daddy regardless. Yes, there's a status game at play if you won't lower your perceived status to play the game of ecom.
Yeah.
You are doomed from start. I will say I definitely experienced this.
Oh my gosh.
When we launched our first coffee company, this is the way I got into ecom. When we launched this thing, I was terrified to tell anybody about it. I was terrified because it's like, oh gosh, if I tell people, then they're going to actually try it. And maybe they don't like my coffee. So I was like, what do I do here? And I had other endeavors, and I didn't, at the time, I didn't want to like confuse people. Hey, like, what are you doing now? And that hesitation, it worked against me. It worked against me. And then later on, when I launched a cooler company, I had an incredible cooler that turns to find out I couldn't get outside of China due to COVID restrictions at the time. It was the same thing. You had to like risk it for the biscuit. I think there's really something to this. And let's hear from Mitab for our last one here. Mitab has a slightly different take. I think it has far more to do with consumer not being predictable. You think there's something on this point, Colin?
No, completely disagree. It's how the MBA is trained to analyze and basically risk assess aggressively. I would implore any business, any consumer business that hires an MBA person, or honestly anybody, if you want to get truly humbled. And I mean, you're feeling real high on yourself, and you're like, I'm the man. I crush it. Here's my formula. If you want to feel truly humbled, you're gonna make some video ads for the brand. Just you, your face in the video, every single one of them. We're gonna make 10 ads, and we're gonna run those ads inside of Facebook, and we're gonna put the comments on, and we're gonna run them for 2 weeks. And guess what? You're gonna look and respond to every single one of those. Yeah,
tough.
That's how you get some thick skin. I was doing this for Cam Skins, and I was running all the ads myself.
Yeah.
Some of the comments that I would get back would just derail my day.
Yeah.
It would just be like, oh, cool. I'm nobody. Awesome. I guess I'm going to go to the gym today because like apparently I'm nothing. Cool.
A little thick skin, building up thick skin can help. And we have someone who has just joined the show here that is no rookie when it comes to making ads, being on screen, and building up that thick skin to launch something into the world that he knows and loves and wants to benefit society with. I am talking about Bart from really, we'll call him the founding father, one of the founding fathers of Dad Gang. He joins us on the show now. Bart, get inside of here. You get inside of this show, sir.
Yeah. What's up, guys? Oh, that was cool how they put you into this thing.
Let's go.
Yeah, hey, we want it to be nice for you, Bart. You get on this show. We want to make it pro for you, sir.
I appreciate it. This is the coolest podcast, by the way. I like genuinely listen all the time. I think, yeah, you guys have got a great vibe. It's a little like Matthew McConaughey, Theo Vaughn coming from you.
I'll take it. Which one pitch? I'll take it. We're gonna use that.
Good to be here, guys. Thank you for having me.
Man, we're glad to have you. You and I, we're connected by 6 degrees in many ways. I know you are a Pacific Northwest knower of ball and fan up there. Mm-hmm. Former teammate of mine, Earl Thomas.
No way.
Yeah, with the Legion of Boom for many years. Way. And I almost played for the Pirate, the former head coach at Wazoo.
Leach?
Leach, Mike Leach. He came to my house. He was my third option. I ended up going to Texas instead, but I loved Mike Leach.
Oh my goodness. I think the football world, I think he left maybe around a good time. Because I don't think he'd appreciate this NIL stuff. But
I think so.
Oh my gosh, God rest his soul. Football's way different without him. He was so cool.
Agree. Well, man, we love having you here. Appreciate you coming. I think you tell me if this is right or wrong, true or false, Bart. But I
Cool.
think what you guys have done with Dad Gang is that essentially you have taken dads who are commonly the common tropes: stupid, disconnected, deadbeat, doesn't care. And what you have done is enabled a new generation of fathers to proudly, in a cool way, own that role for themselves and for their families with something iconic like a hat, which men only buy a few things: hats, watches, etc.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's the underpinnings of some of the success you guys have had with Dad Gang?
Yeah, for sure. We thought of it out of our own little necessity. It was we all became fathers, had young kids, and looked around, and it was just kind of like, hey, none of the stuff that's available right now is something we'd actually like want to wear. And it was all just goofy, funny stuff. Number one dad, kind of, let's go mow the lawn, let's be dumb, let's be fat. It was like, man, I'm not sleeping, work's tough, trying to keep it together. And there's nothing that really represents any of this. If I log into Instagram, I'm just supposed to be funny. That's not the life. And so, EJ Grant and myself kind of wrapped our heads around like, what about Dad Gang? It's a term that we were just saying in our text threads over and over again, while venting to each other, while having a real brotherhood, while having our little community of three guys just chatting. And so we'd say the term Dad Gang every once in a while, and then I was like, man, there's some real support here amongst the three of us in our little world. So let's put it on a hat and let's see what happens. And that's kind of been like even though the brand is much bigger than it was back then, that's kind of still our energy around things. Like this morning, I launched a St. Patrick's Day hat. I'm like, all right, let's put it up. Let's see what happens.
Let's go.
It's so casual, and we feel so blessed to like be able to do this that, we still approach it with that same energy.
That's
I love
amazing.
that.
Yeah, and I absolutely love what you guys are doing. I think it's so awesome because I think you nailed it exactly. Like, there's this trope of like, oh, the out of shape dad that's just mowing the lawn and like he's just supposed to be funny and all this
Mhm,
stuff. And I think there's this like, I mean, you run all the time. You're
mhm.
super athletic. I think there's a different kind of dad that is entering the playing field where it's like, I'm not that guy at all. I don't know why I keep getting marketed to as this guy. Like, I work out, I like want to have a great relationship with my family and my kids, and like I want to
Yeah,
have like fashionable stuff. Like, I don't understand this at all.
yeah.
I appreciate that you guys are taking this kind of vein. I would love to talk with you as selfishly so much about Kive. Talk to me about Kive. Talk to what you're doing, dude.
It's the best thing. It's the best thing on earth.
You
There's
are a
like
wizard.
pants with pockets, sliced bread, and Kive.
There we go, baby. There we go.
Let's go.
And,
Dude,
and
dive
for,
into it more.
yeah, and for people who don't know about Kive, just tell us about it and how you use it for your business.
Yeah, so I approach everything with like when there's a new wave of stuff happening. Obviously, every conversation's kind of around AI right now. I like to just try things and see if they work. And then if I'm like immediately disappointed with a platform, I just, delete my subscription or whatever and try something new. And um, when it comes to like AI creative, I've tried, I don't know. I think at least 20 plus platforms to just like think around with, not like use for the business or anything. Make funny images for our text threads. Like just have fun with these new AI platforms. And then I got an ad for Kive, which was like creating super hyper realistic model images. And I've seen those ads plenty of times for other platforms, and I just saw it and was like, well, let's try this one. There's another one to try. And hats are like extremely difficult to get the detail right on. This is most of our hats, I would say, are like 5-panel A-frames. There's no stitch through the middle of the front panel. It's got this point at the top of it. It's got a stitch Dad Gang designed by Dad. This is much smaller when it comes to like the stitching. Then it has "if you know" on the side. So believe it or not, like all these platforms that claim to be amazing at creating like on human photography for you. They would just mess it up all the time, like super warped. Sizing was way off. They put it on a different hat. They would put it on like different brands hats. It was so like, what are we doing here? So I would just unpay for those trials. And then Kai, I was just so surprised. It was like, all right, put this hat on. I'm just like pissed at this point because nobody's getting it right. And I'm like, all right, put this on a guy golfing, looking out into the fairway. And it just nailed it first try. And so I was like, okay, this is not like down to this, to the like stitching and the texture. So like this hat, for instance, I don't know, like you see, that's a corduroy. And then like the stitching is like got this 3D puff to it. Like I would wear our hats if I had no involvement in the company. Like they are just so great. And so it started to get the stitching right and the corduroy texture and the suede texture and the cotton. And it was just like, okay, there's something here. And then it gave you all these examples of things you can create from it. So it's like an explore feed of inspirational images of models, of product shots, of perfume, of soap bars, like substitute soap bar with dad gang hat, right? And so,
wow.
So I'm in here just messing around with it, sending the guys the pictures I'm creating, and like both of them are just like, wait, when did you shoot that? Oh, you think I went to a golf course like in the past 5 minutes and shot something? Like it just creates stuff instantly. And I still like to use it as like because the brand is so organic and real. Like our best content is me on an iPhone or shooting something on an iPhone in portrait mode. But when you need those like filler images for a PDP or a filler image for a banner, or you have no idea what to post that day, so like, hey, this looks kind of cool. Let's take the inspiration from whatever Kai is suggesting and make it. That's when I like to use it. But our brand is like iPhone and hat for the most part.
Yeah.
I think that process, what you just described, to me, it's what I love about what you guys have done and you are doing, and what I hope is more and more the future and the experience of others inside of our space. I think we are on the verge, or we're already here, of what I call the era of the one-man brand, or for you guys, the three-man brand.
Yeah.
It's the enabling of founders who have an eye for design. They have taste. They've got some great skills in many places, but they're enabled to do much more with less than we could have done, 5-6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Bart, tell us about, man, I know you guys are far beyond where you started in your garage. Man, tell us what's the business look like today? What's your team look like? What's an average day for you look like? Just describe that for us.
I love answering the what's your team look like, because it looks the exact same.
Yes. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah. No, like we have partners. We have no employees as far as like but we have service partners. So like Tidal Wave out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, unbelievable 3PL. We met Matt from Tidal Wave. I met him when he was he had like a, gosh, I might butcher this, and sorry, Matt, but he had like a bracelet company or something.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. And so he was sending me pictures of his like 3PL operation, and it was kind of like a few 6-foot tables and a small warehouse packing orders for himself and some other people. And I was like, I'm a big proponent of documenting everything you do when you're starting. So I was just putting up time lapses of myself or EJ packing in our garages, and to the point where it was like, the kids are down. I have from 9:30 p.m. to midnight to pack these orders.
Exactly.
And it's like my hands are burning from folding cardboard. And it's there's no space in the garage. There's like, I'm taking multiple trips to the post office because we have small vehicles, and Matt just kept kind of tweeting at me like, hey dude, whenever you get sick of that, let me know. And it looks like you're there. So we connected with him. He's been a great partner, and like I don't even need to ride for them. They're just amazing. Like most 3PLs are like, here's your pick and pack fee. We're going to ship for you. Don't talk to us. Whereas like with those guys, I'm like, hey Matt, these St. Patrick's Day hats are landing today. Can you go get somebody to take video and photo of the packing process?
Yeah.
They're like,
That's
oh,
awesome.
I know you all have iPhones, so go take video. And it's like, and then I'll get a message at the end of the day that's like, hey, look at all this stuff I got, and it's amazing. It's like, I don't know if you can, if Matt, don't add this to my invoice, but if you can like add like a creative team to your 3PL, that's unheard of. And so,
That's so good.
and it's not like we give them like creative briefs or anything. It's like hats came in, can we get some footage of it? And it's so cool. We've been out there, we've shot content in the 3PL in Chattanooga, like. But outside of 3PL, we have a customer service team service that we use, accountants, because that stuff's important.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's about it. It's still the three of us. I handle all marketing, D2C, anything you see online. Grant is a beast when it comes to retail, especially recently. We've gotten into some great retailers, and he also manages the customer service team all by himself.
There we go. There we go.
Longer than anybody should, but just like I was over my line of packing orders for too long, he was by himself taking on the trenches of customer service forever.
Wow.
And then any like contract partnership stuff, Grant handles that, and helps me with marketing here and there. And then EJ is just, oh my gosh, EJ is a robot. He is just he's an ops master. Like,
There we go.
so I don't know. People are like, "Oh, Dad Gang, is doing things in just 3 years," but like between we always say like between the three of us, we have like 40 years of experience combined.
I love that.
And we just stay in our lanes. Like he'll handle that, I handle this, and EJ's on ops. Projections, the warehouse, the manufacturer, all that kind of spreadsheets. He's a freak in the sheets, he says.
Wow.
So yeah, it's just like us three, and and a little bit of help on those services.
Some great partners. That is
Wow.
so inspiring for me, because you guys are living it out, and in a lot of ways, simplicity is mastery. And so if you can do a good thing and bring it to a specific market, and you guys can use the tools and bring in great partners to do that, and it gives me great hope for this next era of e-commerce. I want to talk about creators and some of the partnership stuff that you have done, but I don't want to steal it if you want to go somewhere else with it, Colin.
It's exactly where I was going to go next.
Well, look at that.
Man, you guys have an incredible way to somehow have a hat show up on literally the most popular athletes in the world. It happens all the time. And I don't think it even happens on purpose. I think it just happens. But man, describe what that looks like, and how some of that has happened, and what you're excited about 2026 in that kind of way.
Yeah, I honestly get just as excited as you guys when that happens, because a lot of the time it'll be like, hey, Dak just announced his extension with the Cowboys, and he's on ESPN with the Dak Gang hat instead of a Cowboys hat. And we are all just freaking out in the text thread and being like, how, when? And and then that one specifically turns out a customer of ours bought a Navy horsepower Dad Gang hat, went to OTAs while they were in California. The Cowboys were doing their like spring training OTA stuff, and he gifted Dak that hat like when they get to meet the fans, and Dak threw it on immediately because it was around the time I believe he was going to have his first. And so the brand speaks to people in ways that we can't control, right? It's like it ends up with a customer that spends his own money to go give it to Dak, doesn't even hit us up like, hey, I might run into Dak today. If you guys send me a hat, I'll give it to him. Same with like Giannis. He's been wearing our hats on like Netflix, and he was on with he was with iShowSpeed in where's he from? Greece.
Greece.
And he was wearing it there. And it's like iShowSpeed is top 3 biggest streamer in the world.
Exactly.
And so we're like going to Shopify orders, or like, well, you're not going to find Giannis in your Shopify orders. Somebody bought it for him. And it ended up being his wife bought him some Dad Gang hats, and he can't stop wearing them. Like, and then we have our honestly, we don't have that many like planned product placement strategies in place. It was, and I worked in that world for a really long time
Yeah.
where it was just like seed your influencers, overseed, hope for the best, spray and pray. And it was kind of like, no, let's actually be the opposite of that, and let's like grow a brand that is one, paid for, because we can't order more hats if we don't
Yeah.
turn a profit,
Yeah.
and then two, like speak so much that it just ends up on those people. And I don't know, I get as much excitement off that as if I go to the grocery store today and see a dad gang hat in the I don't know, in the dairy aisle or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like that part to me is shocking, because it's like interacting with your real, not that social media isn't real life, but in your like
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
So most part we don't do any of that like hyper seeding stuff. And then if an athlete ends up wearing our hats very often, then it gets awkward, and we're like, hey, let's do something, let's do something
Hey.
here. Awkward in a good way. It's like, man,
Yeah.
you're always repping the brand. Let's like do something official. And that's how we approach all of our collaborations and stuff. I'd much rather do that than like pay
That's so
somebody
good,
to
man.
like you.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys had there was the boxer, there was Mookie, right?
Yep. Yeah, Teofimo Lopez, and then Mookie, Alex Verdugo, Jawan Johnson, more recently Justin Turner. Mookie Betts was our first guy, so it was like, oh,
Crazy
wow.
get. Crazy get. Mookie's our first. Wow.
Yeah, and then we've had like Teddy Swims wear it, Post Malone, and Post Malone was
crazy, man.
another one that
Posty.
a fan went to a concert and gave him a dad gang hat after the concert amongst all these security guards, and he just threw it on because he's a girl dad, and he just kind of
Love that.
wanted to rep that. So yeah, I
Wow.
wish sometimes I'm like, oh, so we did XYZ, and this strategy that I've built, this doc, pay for this course on how to seed influencers. It's like,
Yeah, exactly.
I
Right.
don't have it.
Well,
That's awesome.
Yep.
I think that humility makes us love you all the more. And man, sometimes I really believe this. I really believe this. The hard work of marketing is done in product development. And when you have something that it's extremely fitting for a specific category, then you get the wind at your back. And you guys have become advocates for what I consider to be a generation of more involved fathers. I think millennials spend
Mhm.
about 30% more time with their kids than boomer dads did. Love my
Yeah.
boomer dad. He spent a
Same.
bunch of time with me, but there's waves behind all of this, and we love to see it. Colin, anything else we should hit before Bart gets out of here?
I'd love to just talk super briefly about just your Facebook group and the way
Please.
that you're
Yeah.
tackling that. I think a lot of brands are a little intimidated by that,
Yeah,
but
they are.
some of the photos that you have posted from there, it's like
Mhm.
a guy with like 30 hats on his bed, and you're like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, this guy's creating super fans. Can you talk a little bit through that, scaling it, building it, all the initial steps?
Yeah, and I give a lot of credit to I think it was Brock from Frost Buddy. I talked to
Mhm.
him one time, and he's like, love the brand, great community. You guys are really building something special. And I think it was him that asked me, like, where are your people? And I'm like, well, I got all these followers, all these emails, all these phone numbers. And he's like, yeah, but where are they? If you wanted to go speak to them right now, where are they? I'm like, shit, I guess nowhere, right? I guess they're not anywhere. They're just exist in this void of social. He's like, you got to put them in a room. And his Frost Buddy page is insane. And I think he put out a step-by-step article on how to like curate a good group.
We need to
I
find
skimmed it. I was like, let's just start the group. I'm not reading all that.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
That's
Like,
true
to me,
DTC right there.
to me, when I hear it, I'm just like, I take the meat out of the suggestion. Like, start the group, right? Just
Start the
just
group.
go. And so with that being said, I'm like, yeah, he's so right. Like, you need a place, whether it's Discord or whether it's, I don't know, like if you want to get like really force your people to do something like Slack or something. But Facebook is, there's billions of users. It's where everybody is for the most part, especially dads between 28 to 45. They all still have Facebooks. And so we just made the group as like a way, and the group is like the group goes off on hat stuff, but it's intended to be more of a place for dads to speak amongst each other. Like there's conversations in there that I will not be posting to X because they're just like, hey, I'm struggling with this. Like, help me out. And 20 dads will jump on that and give real advice to each other. I remember even popping in there myself and being like, my daughter's about to start a little pre-K. I don't know how I feel about this. Like, I hope she's okay. I hope she has a great day. I don't know, like, what are her emotions and why are they messing with my emotions on this big day and this big change? And so many dads just came in and commented and gave me like, confidence in the step. Awesome. Obviously, you have to send your kids to school, but we all feel a different way about it. And so the group is meant to be like this mental health dad support group, but it's also like you can join it to see like behind the scenes of certain hats that are being made, or we'll announce certain hats before they even see any kind of like public social media. And then like discount incentives, early access to drops. But like for the most part, the most powerful thing about it is like dads communicating amongst each other. If we didn't sell a hat in there today, but a dad had a good conversation that helped him, I think that is so much more impactful than, just having a group to push your product.
Wow.
That's huge.
Brother, it makes all the sense in the world why you guys are doing what you're doing and how you're doing it. And we love to see it. And we know you're a busy man. We appreciate you coming on the show. We look forward to having you back.
Yes,
man,
of course.
Before you go, man, I know you're active online. I know you're appearing on the checkout and such. Just tell everybody, take 30 seconds, tell everybody where to find you and follow you and learn more if they want to get more with Bart.
Yeah, I think just X is like my favorite platform. And the checkout pod with Shackelford and John Coyle is great too. We did like, we yapped a lot on there about everything. So that's a good one. But yeah, mainly on X, like you'll get sick of my just personal Instagram because it's mainly kid stuff and me riding a bike or running. So if you want those like douchebag fitness updates every day, follow me there. But X is more like, I like to just, I don't know. I really like to be the voice of like how simple this can be at times. In a sea of noise of just optimization, and use my platform. I'm just like, get out your phone and shoot your content and post every day. I think that like we need to get back to a lot more of that. So if you want to follow me for that kind of stuff, it's mainly X, and my handle's right there. It's the chef. I'm Polish. I was born in Poland. So SZ is like an SH sound in English. So yeah, I don't know. I got that nickname a long time ago from a rowdy text thread, and it's just stuck.
The chef, he's chefing it up. We appreciate you coming and joining us, and we'll talk to you again soon, my friend. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. Wow. See ya.
Hey, good. 3 people. That's crazy.
3 people.
That's crazy. You can do that in 2026.
You can do it in 2026.
We just showed you.
1-man brand, 3-man brand, and they are doing it.
Yeah.
They are, I mean, they're really an inspiration. It makes me want to follow in suit, man. Makes me want to.
I know you got it over there.
I know. I got it right over here. Actually, I was just wearing it this morning. It makes me want to bring it out and show it to everybody, but we'll hold off. We'll hold off. Yeah. Before we hit our last stories here, we should talk about Postscript. Many thanks to our partner at Postscript. They're the only SMS partner inside of our game who want to make and will take this dare to make SMS your #1 revenue generator. That is right. #1. Alex Beller called me on the phone and told me this himself as we were making the switch. I think brands on average see a 22% average increase when they move over to Postscript. I saw a lot more than that. We were making very little money, and then inside of a year, we became a top 1% account on the entire platform. How did that happen? Was it magic? Well, maybe in a little bit of a way, but actually, I'll tell you what I did. I just did whatever Postscript said to do. The fact is that they have all the data. They know what's working in your vertical, outside of your vertical, and because they are obsessed on SMS only, there's a lot more dollars to find, and they can direct you and help you get them. If you go to postscript.io/SMS-benchmarks, you can get a great guide on your vertical, your brand, your revenue band, what is normal to be making on SMS, and then you'll get a great foundation, and Postscript will help you make even more. We're actually going to be doing, I should say, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. We're going to be doing a little revival of Supper Club here in Austin, Texas, and CMO Mike's going to be with us for that supper. I can't announce when it's happening, but it is happening. And many thanks to our sponsors for them being a part of the show. We appreciate them. Colin, to wrap here, do you got a little more time? Okay, we got a little more time. Let's hit a couple of these stories as we move out. Goodwill. Okay, I know we've talked about Goodwill before, but I think we need to say it again. Brother, they're rolling out 100 new stores, retail, okay? Brother, they did $7 billion in revenue last year. Did you expect that? 7 Bs, okay? And that's combined. That's combined. But e-commerce wise, they did north of $400 million, okay? Yeah. Now, I say all that to say, a lot of times opportunity it's found, it's like a dumbbell, opportunities at either end. I think most of us skew in DTC, we skew toward, hey, we want to be luxury. We got to go high because of ad costs, because of et cetera, et cetera. But I say this to say there is significant opportunity on the other side here too. If you can thrift, if you can bring value to customers, we just talked about Gen Z the other day. If you can bring product that is of value, and then people say, ooh, it is a good deal. There's a lot of opportunity here. I highlight this because I think more of us need to be thinking this way. Is that crazy?
No, they have a crushing business model too. It helps that their inventory basically comes donated for free. And so you have all this inventory coming in every single day. It's basically an operations kind of masterpiece where you have to bag and tag everything and figure out if it's really high valued or not. And then those super high valued things, they get pushed on the e-commerce website. So they should just keep on trucking along. They're doing some really good stuff. There are these themes as well with, the nostalgia piece kind of going out. They should just keep rocking and rolling in 2026 nonstop.
And hey, maybe a big takeaway here, as long as you can get your product for free, then a lot of margin there.
Huge margin there, right?
You just got to solve for that. You just got to get that product for free.
Yeah.
You can get it for free.
Yeah. You're good.
You're good.
You're good.
That's kind of magic we all need.
Yeah.
Next here, Shopify and Luka Doncic doing something very interesting here. Let's move. There we go. This came to us via Rock at Flat Circle. And apparently, I can't tell if Rock was being serious here or not, but he's going to be on the show, so we'll get to ask him directly. Luka has partnered with Shopify to launch a direct-to-fan platform that will offer collectibles, curated experiences, and merchandise. And it looked like from the tweet that maybe Rock was going to be the one running ads for this. I can't tell if he was being serious or not. He said this. Yes, this is what I asked. Okay, is this for real? I will be managing the ad spend. This isn't real yet. But he said he's going to a Philly game tomorrow. He's going to have a huge sign, Luka, let me manage your ad spend. So maybe it's not. Maybe he's not going to be running the ads yet. But this to me is just dime after dime of Shopify just flexing on all of us. Okay. They're working with Sydney Sweeney for her new lingerie brand. They've done so many things with Drake, right? And now they've got Luka here, direct to fan. This is a direct to consumer, direct to fan platform, collectibles, experiences, merchandise. They just win after win. Does Shopify ever stop?
No. Hey, UNC guy here. I would love for them to get Cooper Flag. I would love. He's young. He's cool. He's the coolest guy in the world right now. He's doing crazy stuff this year and this month.
Yeah.
This month alone, he's doing crazy stuff.
Yeah.
That's a cool, like, fun. I feel like that's a cool, fun, youthful injection that Shopify could get, where it's like, oh gosh, they're in the zeitgeist. They're one of the cool kids right now.
The next
so
Luka.
I would be looking at those kind of guys. This is a great signal. It's a great indicator. But I would keep looking. I'd keep looking for those guys like Cooper Flagg. Shout out,
Didn't Cooper go to Duke though?
He went to Duke. I know. That's why I'm repping right now, and it's basically blasphemy what I'm saying right now. My fiance would just murder me right now.
We'll take it.
Yeah, but that would be one where I would be like, "That's a great pick. You should grab him right away." And then I'd be looking at the NFL draft as well. I'd be like, "Who is one of the most marketable guys we could grab out of this draft class?" I like Fernando a lot. If you've seen any of his interviews, he reminds me of like a young Tom Brady, the way he delivers stuff and how buttoned up and polite he is.
Really?
100%. I think someone should grab him and just you would crush with it.
I want to see Drake May. I think they need to
Drake
do
May
one of
for
these shows
sure.
with Drake May, Arch Manning in a couple of years. Okay,
In a couple of years, yeah.
It's a little early, but keep your eyes on Arch.
Yeah,
I think maybe he's going to bring home a natty for the Texas Longhorns. I don't want to prophesy or predict here right now, but a little bit of sad news here. Eddie Bauer going bankrupt. Hate to see it. You hate it when anybody's going bankrupt. Eddie Bauer's reportedly preparing to file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy and will close all its stores per Fox. I always confuse Eddie Bauer and Land's End. They're like kind of the same in my mind. I just imagine like they're both living in Maine somewhere. But this is like the classic 90s brand where you get the catalog and you look at the stuff and you write the thing down and you send it in and you order it. And man, seems like they've lost their way. You got any wisdom on this? I would have never expected this.
You hit the nail on the head right there. This is the classic 90s vibe. If someone is really smart right now and understanding the nostalgia trends, this is a generational buy. And I can promise you that, line in the sand. If you take this IP, this is going to be a once in a lifetime IP. They've also done amazing collaborations with Land Cruiser and a ton of different stuff for trim collections and all this stuff. Go back into that. Take this, really, run up that heritage vibe, that Americana vibe, that 90s feel, the main feel that you're talking about. If you want to make a boatload of money, do that. Get rid of all the stores. Focus on the e-commerce. Focus on partnerships. Focus on collaborations and make a boatload of money.
Bro, I've got the perfect person to do this. I know who should do this, and it's Kyle James Patrick. It's KJP.
He should.
I'll be honest. I don't know if it's Keel or it's Kyle. I think it's Kyle.
Yeah,
This is the guy to do this. I mean, he is New England aura. I mean, the guy is like everything that is New England is embodied inside of KJP. And I think he just needs to gather up a few friends and go buy this thing and then run it up to the moon. Who is better fit to make this happen than Kyle James Patrick? I mean, this guy and his wife, they should do it. I mean, is that crazy? I think he should do it.
That's an amazing take. Also a bombshell. I used to work for KJP.
Did you really, bro?
So I know exactly who you're talking about, and this is a perfect grab. Of really good friends of the show, KJP and Roback are actually really good friends together because they basically built and scaled up at the same time. So yeah, this would be the perfect person to do this. He could also find the capital, most likely, and you also have the proven fact that his content is so exceptional.
That's so exceptional, bro.
I really can't emphasize this enough. The way that they develop and are very intentional about how they're developing each piece of content. You apply that to Eddie Bauer, this is going to be a rocket ship.
Oh, okay. Well, now I'm confused. Why hasn't KJP been on the show, bro? You worked with KJP.
Yeah, there you go.
He needs to be on the show. We'll bring him on the show. We will.
He's busy.
He's probably busy. Okay, it's fair. Probably busy. I think last picture I saw, he was like covered in 5 feet of snow up in his cabin in New Hampshire. But
yeah,
let's bring him on the show, and we're gonna make him the pitch. He needs to buy Eddie Bauer, take that decades long IP, and then he just needs to infuse it with his New England-ishness and cool graphics 100%. And moon.
100%. That's a perfect take.
Well, let's close with that one because you said it was a perfect take. So let's close with that one. Many thanks to our partners, Seguno and AMP and Postscript for making the show possible. Many thanks to Bart for coming on here and giving us all hope for the 1 to 3 man brand era of e-commerce. We will be here tomorrow. We got a great, exciting guest. Everybody needs to listen up and tune in tomorrow while you're working on the way to the weekend. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you on the other side.